Can you hear me, Pratik Bhaiya?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi. Hi, Vishu. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Good. How are you, sir?
I'm too good. Can you just say one time that namaskaram of your style? I just love
Namaskaram, Pratik Bhaiya. How are you?
super duper good. And trust me, before we start this call, I just want to let you know in one way. That in 1 year down the line, if you keep saying this in every single episode, namaskaram or whatever video or whatever content you start, that will become your audio tag by default. All right. Just imagine I have heard maybe 5 or 6 videos of yours, and that too
Okay.
very small part. But the way
Okay.
you start is a unique way of yours, and I really love that. And that will be your power. Likh ke le lo ye.
Okay. Thank you.
Just give me a second. I'll just turn off the
Yeah.
notifications. Just give me a second. Yep. Please tell me.
Yes. Yes. So,
How's
like,
the challenge?
yes, it's very good actually. Like, I had started making podcast like 4 5 months back, but I was just making it like that. I was not having a clear cut picture.
Yeah.
So somehow randomly the things I was doing was becoming right. I think now when I go through your podcast and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm doing right, and this is what I'm doing wrong.
Awesome. Awesome. And this, I'm
So
telling you again, I couldn't stop myself saying this again and again, that this will become your power. The way you start, because I have that gut feeling that in South Indian community, they have this typical tone which you clearly have, and that is so soothing, so relaxing. I can just close my eyes and listen to your voice. Trust me. So if you keep doing that consistently, like maybe in 2 years, you know that Sadhguru has this typical way of saying comic timing and everything. So I believe that if you consistently do that over these years, like in next upcoming years, you'll definitely have that people will tell you. All right, just mark my words. People will start telling you, they'll DM you or whatever kind of platform you would be. People will come to you and tell you that your voice is so relaxing, and I just love listening to your voice.
thank you, sir.
Please tell me, how can I
So,
help?
yeah, I chose the last date because I thought I would write something to, I don't know what to ask.
Yeah,
So I've written something.
the last day. So this is actually the way I would now start rolling this bonus videos or bonus calls. Is that I thought that let me just provide enormous value through this bonus calls as well, because this is adding so much of value other than that those 7 days video. Because so not because I think that I should actually do these kind of calls every Monday to Friday. So this is what I have thought. So what I would be doing, my team has been instructed in a way that they would be now on Saturday, Sunday. Now these 2 days, next 2 days, what happened? This is Friday. So on Saturday and Sunday, my team would sit. They will once again go through that hashtag podcast roadmap challenge, and they'll randomly pick winners. All right. Next 5 winners straight away. So next 5 winners would be picked up, and then they would be
Okay.
scheduled, and they would be given the time slot from Monday to Friday next week.
Okay.
All right, so that's
Okay.
how we have started rolling out, so I can reach out to more people. And that doesn't mean that you can just book Monday or Friday or whatever. It's totally up to
Actually, I go for the podcast challenge and I end up listening to the conversations more than the challenge.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. So Pratik Bhaiya, like I have been making content for 2 years. It's basically mostly on YouTube. So I have a little online presence. There's a small. I have since I've been consistent with it. So I actually want to know what is the next step. So can I talk a little bit about how I started it a bit?
Please.
Because yeah,
Sure.
yeah. So my main content is mostly about my struggles with depression, anxiety, and a program called Inner Engineering, which by Isha Foundation of Sadhguru. It's
Yep.
something that I have done. So I started it like long back when I was in 10th and 12th. I was studying abroad. My parents were abroad. I was also there. So I had depression and anxiety. So I used to take medications for that.
Okay.
But a lot of side effects of that. So I am now 29. I will turn 30.
All right, cool.
So yeah. So and then a lot of side effects. So I came back to India. Still I was on those medications, and I joined my engineering. But a lot of back papers, and I could not focus in my class. But after some time, I was able to taper off those medications. But still, I was very anxious and depressed. So then I came to Gujarat in Gandhinagar. I was doing my psychology. Yeah, I was there for two.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like 5 kilometers, not five, like I guess 8-9 kilometers away from where I stay right now.
is it okay near the police bhavan and all? I was there.
Cool,
I
cool,
was yeah, yeah.
great.
So 2 years I was there, but breakup and all these things, and I was struggling a lot. So I was like searching for how is this happiness? It's so hard to get. So at that time I did not believe in yoga or meditation and all, but things were getting very hard for me. So I got admission in MPhil for clinical psychology. Like this was something I thought was my passion. Like I need to do it, but I was not getting happy then. So I thought maybe I'll go to the ashram and stay for 2 3 days. I might get something. But I went there. It was peaceful, but I wanted something. I will be at home and I can work in the world just like everyone else. So that's when I attended this program called Inner Engineering, and suddenly something clicked within me, and I just found that okay, I was just making up all, like you said, from a certain age, like after you quit your studies, you said that whatever happens in your life, you are responsible for it. For me, this was the moment that came into my life, because till then I was blaming everyone else for my issues. So then till then, like before that, I had a YouTube channel, so I had just started posting. So it was I was following this channel called Real Men Real Style and Alpha M. So I also started posting content like them and style and all, but I was not finding it very happy. So then I checked for like, has someone done yoga and is there an inner engineering review? So I typed in it and there was no such video. So I thought, okay, let me make the first video.
Okay.
So rather than promoting the program, I just talked about like what I went through, and I did not push the program. I said, this is for me, it happened, so it can happen maybe for someone else. So some more people started connecting with that, and slowly, the views started coming in. I was regular with YouTube for like 1.5 years till I came across this Gary Vee's deck, like where he taken from YouTube and then put it here and there. And I started watching your content also, and I'm like, okay, from an Indian perspective, I was listening to you more because Gary Vee was coming from there. So then one of my mentors, like he told me, why don't you start a podcast? Because I started taking interviews of people who had, taken these programs. Because my main focus with the videos was to tell people that there is something like this, a yoga program like that. But what I noticed was that whoever has done the program, they'll always say, I got happiness, I got joy. But when I
No
switch on the
value in the
video, they
content.
will, yes, sorry.
There is no value in such kind of content. It's all about like
Yeah,
what they got, what they got, what they got.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but when I switched off the video, they would be like, I'm doing it, I'm getting happiness, but I'm struggling. This is happening, that is happening. So I wanted that raw content. So that's why I started doing podcasts, because in that, people like in 2 hours, they open up about themselves, they talk about all that. So I have started doing podcasts, and it has reached a level like I get more requests for guests, like, can I come in your podcast? But I'm not able to take that many podcasts. So what happens now is like 1 week I take a Zoom call, and then I upload it on YouTube and my podcast. But my question is like, should I rather focus on like taking all the content first and then sitting for some time and editing, or should I do one per week and put it out? Like, what would you suggest? Like, since I'm getting, like, I never thought I would get so many guests coming and asking me to take. I thought I would have to put in more effort.
Sure, sure. So see, this is a very tricky situation in your life. There is no fixed answer, I would honestly tell you, because but I would definitely tell you, if I were you, what I would do right now in that stage, in your shoes, that what I would do is I would just sit, just like I'm actually doing that. It's so good. Okay, fine. The solution which I'm going to give you is something which I'm going to do from August, all right, for my own self. So it would resonate with you now. I have been like very, very inconsistent on one platform, which is YouTube. Super inconsistent. All right. My power is consistency, but I have
Yeah.
been super inconsistent on YouTube. Now, the only reason is because I have never thought of building my own brand on YouTube. That's the only reason. And that's the reason why I don't regret that I'm inconsistent over there. But now, because I'm having this kind of raw, uncut, long form of content, because just like you mentioned in your past, you were doing such kind of interviews, but it didn't make you happy and it didn't make you satisfied that yes, you're doing something for the YouTube community as well. Right? It was not bringing value.
Yeah.
So you stopped and you are still confused. So same, honestly speaking, till to this date, I am doing this much of content, but still to this date, I was not able to figure out the right form of content for my YouTube channel. All right. I have done plenty of things, and that's the reason why I was always preaching that only. All right. So because I have done so many things, now I realize that okay, fine, whiteboard videos, I don't give a shit. Then I have a TV. I can do
Yeah.
that kind of thing as well. in the podcast roadmap challenge, I've used roadmap, so I can clearly demonstrate something that, hey, this is the landing page, this is the sales page, this is how you can build a click funnel, sales funnel, blah blah blah, XYZ. I can do that kind of YouTube videos as well. But somewhere down the line, I was still trying to figure out that what is that exact form of content which I want to put out on YouTube channel. So still not figuring out. And the moment Tea with Gary Vee started, all right, Tea with Gary Vee started, and I thought that this is something which I can do in India because I have that kind of audience. People interact with me, and because I'm also a good communicator, I'm not trying to do things which Gary Vee is doing, but I'm trying to suffice my brand in the things which I'm comfortable in. So this is something which I can clearly do, the raw talk, which I always do, because I am not a PPT guy. So I can do raw talk. And that's where I tried to figure that out. But still, I never started YouTube. Tea with Gary Vee is since like 2-3 months now. But I'm still not on YouTube with that kind of content. But then I started this podcast challenge. I got this idea of giving you bonus calls. I got this idea of this Zoom calls now, which has just started through this week. And now I have got this idea since past 2 days. It's just 2 days old idea. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's just 2 days old idea, which I'm sharing with you. So you are the first person after my guy Ishan. I've shared this idea with Ishan only, and he knows that we're gonna execute from 1st August, and you now know that. So from 1st August, what we're gonna do is this entire thing. So let's suppose this is the entire call. I'm gonna put up this entire raw uncut version. Obviously, the private information, if there is any, we would just chop that down. But the entire raw uncut version would be there as my YouTube video now, without worrying about me focusing how many views or likes or dislikes I would be getting. Raw uncut version over there, because I know if you are getting value, at least 10 more people would be getting value out of this raw uncut version. All right. So this is my YouTube. So this is what you should be doing. And for YouTube, I took time. All right. I have so much of content, raw uncut versions like this from podcast challenge, but I'm still not uploading that. Why? Because I just want to create that bank. So right now what we are doing is we already have like 10 to 15 raw uncut versions like this, and we are piling that up, and we would be now, we are already scheduling that for YouTube, and from 1st August, all those videos would go live at a specific time.
Okay.
So we are piling up, we are having a content bag. So by 1st August, we would be at least be having somewhere around 20 to 22 videos. So we would be ahead of that. So we would never worry about falling short of our content, and we would be not inconsistent on YouTube, because it's a long form of content. It's not somewhere I can just go raw and then shoot and blah, 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 khatam ho gaya. All right. So like depending upon your situation, that's the reason why I told you it's a very tricky question in your life, in some individual's life, because they have to figure out their situations, their brand value, their current scenarios, their current like ROIs, ROS, plenty of other things. So based on my situation, I thought of this.
What is ROI? What is
return on investment? Return on investment. So right now my investment is my time. So if I'm putting this time, then what is the ROI for me? Is it bringing the ROI of this is obviously bringing 10x times more value to the audience, because from this I won't be making any money. But obviously the AdSense of YouTube and all such kind of small money, I don't care about that, because like I can make way much more money other than that. So I don't care about that. But my primary ROI from this particular content on YouTube would be bringing 10x times more value, like never before for my brand. All right. So this is what I've thought. So this is what you can do now, because you would be taking interviews. You are good at English. That is your natural thing, and you have a specific way of communicating with people. So maybe you can interview people like that and try to have a like conversation going like with energy and all those things, and that you can put up on YouTube. So take your time, start interviewing people, and keep that bank. Start editing them. Start scheduling them on YouTube, and maybe you can start your YouTube channel maybe 1st September. All right. Take 40 days of time. Take 30 days of time. But then
I already have it going on like that. So that's
awesome.
What I'm asking.
Awesome.
Okay.
So
what I'm asking, daily content. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I'm asking like should I take the interviews and schedule them, or like what I do now is like I take interviews and then I put it on YouTube, but it takes me a week to and then put it everywhere and get it done.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm telling you to create a bank. See, this is known as a content bank, which everybody has. Like the big corporations, they do this. So let's say if I take a client and they are coming to me for content creation package. So what we do is, if the client is signing the agreement today, then I don't start posting their content from tomorrow onwards. We take the raw footage, we edit that, we create a content bank. My team is then scheduling, and from maybe 7 days or 10 days later, the post would start going live, so that we have enough time to chop it up for maybe YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagrams of the world.
Oh,
That's why I'm telling you to create a content bank. I got your question, but the way you have to
yeah.
decide what is 86 pages of insanity, but to create that 86 pages of insanity of Gary Vee content model, you have to take some time,
It's
because
very hard.
we don't have team Gary Vee kind of team.
Yeah, yeah,
We instantly do things.
yeah.
Right?
That is very hard.
That's the reason why I'm telling you to at least have 1 month, so that you alone, or maybe if you hire somebody, then that guy or girl could have sufficient enough of 30 days to create content around the globe, and then start posting from 1st September on all the platforms.
Okay, great.
That's the point.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay. So I hear you talk. I usually host my podcast on Anchor because I didn't know there was any other podcasting platform. So my question is, like, I heard I haven't reached the place in the challenge where you talk about Buzzsprout. I think it is there in day 5 or something.
Yep.
So like, is there an advantage Buzzsprout? Like, if I shift from Anchor to Buzzsprout, will all my podcasts be imported, or like will it all go? How does that?
The way it is known as migration process. All these hosting platforms, they have an option that if you already have an existing podcast, you just have to grab the RSS URL feed, RSS feed URL, which is there on Anchor. You copy that, you paste it in Buzzsprout. There is a space where when you create an account on Buzzsprout, I've shown that on the.
Oh, is it okay?
Okay. But you paste over there, and then automatically it will fetch all the data, and then it will ask you whether you want to delete it from Anchor or not. Now, I personally have not deleted from Anchor because I still wanted that over there. All right. But now what will happen is, all my new episodes, see, the moment it is migrated, from that point onwards, all your new episodes, they will not go on Anchor.
Okay.
So if you go to my Anchor right now of Digital Pratik Show, you will see like there is no new content since ages.
Okay.
All right. Because that is a hosting platform. It's not a distribution platform like Apple Podcast or Spotify or something where you can actually distribute the content. All right. So now no new episodes on Anchor, but when I upload something on Buzzsprout, it automatically distributes now to other podcasting platforms. So that won't be like an hamper that your existing podcast, if that is on Spotify and Buzzsprout, Spotify and Apple Podcast and Overcast and Google Podcast, it won't affect anything over there. The only thing which would be affected is your hosting platform, which you have migrated. So all you have to do is upload new episodes on Buzzsprout, but it won't be available on Anchor anymore. The old episodes would be there.
So
And
like, I see some
the advantage is statistics. The statistics are way much better on Buzzsprout versus Anchor, and that's the only reason I've said that on one of my YouTube channel videos as well. That the statistics, because of the top reason for me to migrate from Anchor to Buzzsprout was to have the statistics. It is giving more statistics, and the way it is integrated with other platforms as well, it is different. The podcasting Spotify dashboard, which I'm showing you inside the podcast challenge, is also accessible from there. So there are a lot of advantages, and I personally love Buzzsprout, and it is giving you affiliate option, which Anchor is not giving. So there is making money opportunity as well.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So there is an affiliate of Buzzsprout as well. You can refer to friend and you'll earn some bonus or like I don't do that, but there is an affiliate system as well. So that is additional advantage for people who want to do affiliate marketing through Buzzsprout if they are using Buzzsprout.
Oh, in Anchor it was there, but it was only in US. I had to enter US details. But in Buzzsprout, the Indian
is different. That is different. That is segments. Okay. Those are those are sponsorships. I'm not saying about the sponsorships. Sponsorship segments are different. I'm talking about the affiliate commissions. So you can refer Buzzsprout to somebody, and if they sign up through your link of Buzzsprout, you will get some commission. That's what I'm saying. The sponsorship segment is totally different, and that is obviously available in the US and Canada. It will take some time for India. And anyways, so that is kind of YouTube AdSense. So agar YouTube AdSense mein jaise wo ads hoti hai, similarly there as well. But trust me, I don't believe in that. What I would do is I'll grow my podcast to an extensive level. And when it happens, I'll start saying to people that if you want to advertise in front of 100,000 visitors every single episode, I charge $1,000 for a mid-roll ad. So that's kind of sponsorship, but I would actually take brands to collaborate with me for a mid-roll ad versus me just having those segments like Anchor does.
Also, I see like in the Facebook community, some people directly upload to Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Is that better, or like just using Buzzsprout or Anchor?
No, they
Like
don't upload directly. There is no channel you can
okay,
upload directly to
okay, it's
whoever.
not like that. No, I not upload like they signed in with to Apple Podcast using their Android, and someone was telling like I'm trying to submit it to the Apple Podcast.
Right, I'll have
Is
to.
there a way like okay,
I'll cover those questions maybe on the live Q&A session, because I have not
okay.
all those posts, because like I cannot go through all the posts.
Yeah, definitely, of course not. Yeah, I persisted.
No, there is no way. See, that's the difference. Once again, to clear your concept, hosting platforms are Buzzsprout, Anchor, then SoundCloud, Libsyn, Podbean, but Apple Podcast and Spotify and all these platforms are distribution channels. So you
Oh,
should not use them as a hosting platform. They are distribution channels.
okay.
All right. So what you do is you upload in hosting platforms, and then they are available on all these platforms. So you
Oh,
submit them.
oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought maybe the
You have,
other way was also possible.
you have to treat those platforms like directories. They are your
Okay,
directories. All right.
okay.
And these words have come from the blogging industry. So in blogging, what used to happen earlier, and still there for SEO and offline SEO, off-page SEO. So in SEO, what happens is when you write a blog, so now you have a blog, but there you have created a blog through hosting platforms like Bluehost,
Okay.
HostGator, and things. So once you build your blog to bring the awareness, you submit them to directories, or maybe you submit it to Quora, you write article on
Oh, okay.
Quora, you write article on Tumblr, blah, 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 plenty of, that is social bookmarking. Once again, let's not go in detail into that, but that is SEO, off-page SEO, where you submit to directories or different websites which are having high domain authority. Same way over here as well in podcasting, these are directories, not hosting platforms.
So my next question is like it's regarding making money actually. So like I'm not used to asking people. I'm from like a financially like a well stable family. I do not have any like responsibilities or anything. But still, there is something like what I saw you is like you have these calls like where you schedule people. So initially, what I used to do is my videos used to reach to people. So people would reach out to me to make calls, and also I would answer them. But it has reached a point where I can't, the amount of how much people want to talk to me, and but it's mostly people who are struggling, suffering. So I don't know whether like is it okay for me to ask money? But I also need money to make certain like to go through my own stuff like.
There will always be like a point in your life, and see, this is a point in life in me as well right now. All right, the moment I created this podcasting challenge, there were a lot of people who would say that all right, fine, so he's also into course making now, he has built a brand, he has built an audience, and now he's making course. I don't give a shit. All right, because the thing which you have got in course, you only know. It is totally on a different level other than my Instagram content or this and that and blah blah blah. All right.
Right.
So definitely I would charge, because it takes effort. You have seen what kind of investment I have made in the course.
Yeah.
So any which ways, there would be a point in time which would come where people will think that पहले तो आप हमारे लिए भला कर रहे थे, अभी आप चार्ज कर रहे हो ये वो. तो उनको बोलो कि मैं भी भूखा नहीं मरना चाहता हूँ. At the end of the day, even I am doing something to build my brand, which will then I'll leverage into a business. All right, not necessarily that I would just always charge. And that's the reason why. So I'll tell you, I'll give you one script as well. And this is an important point. I'll probably share the script right now. So what I have done is yeah. So I have made a script over here. I'll just read it out and you'll get a clear picture. I have mentioned this for people who always try to ask for help, but they forget that there is a thin line of difference between helping somebody and then consulting somebody. All right. The thing which I'm right now doing you is worth thousands rupees, 7,000 rupees. All right. Yeah. And trust me, if you would have DM me these questions, तो आपको क्या इतना detail में answer में दे पाता? It's next to impossible. All right. And that's where I charge people. So what I say is, hi, I would love to help you. However, now due to my tight and busy schedules, I'm maintaining a thin line of difference between helping into the double quotes and consulting into the double quotes. Kindly book a call appointment at so and so link, which is my Calendly link where I charge people now. And then I am still writing. When your question is related to consulting you, which requires a little bit more detailed answer and probing you and my precious time, it will be paid. Or else brands would never become brands. There will always be free and paid. You can't expect a BMW showroom to give you the car for free because you loved it from the test drive. I'm not sure how you found me, but by any chance, if you have been following me on social media platforms or my coaching institutes, you must be knowing how much value or content I provide on day-to-day basis absolutely for free. Anything and everything when it comes to my content online is almost 100% free. That's like test drives of my paid services. So kindly book an appointment at this and this, because if you are not willing to pay money for something, then you cannot get everything. Regards, talks on Digital Pratik. All right.
Oh, that's
So
great. Yeah.
see, this is what you have to understand. Even I have gone through that phase when in 2017 to 2018 I was doing free calls. But then when I started charging even 499 rupees for 30 minutes, people started asking, प्रतीक भैया हमारे पास तो 500 रुपए भी नहीं है, तो मत आओ यार. You cannot get access of me all the time. I'm not here to do charity. I'm here to do business. All right. Still, if I am able to provide so much of free content, then it's your responsibility that out of all this free content, आप अपना time invest करके execute करो और आपको results मिलेंगे. But you don't want to execute, you don't want to invest your time, and then you are asking me that I should provide value free. Then why Gary Vaynerchuk is having a paid consulting program worth $12,000?
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think that clears it for me. I was a bit confused, like whether to do it.
So I have made, what will happen is, from this point onwards, you will start making scripts. Have an habit. These kind of questions are common FAQs of life, not business, of life. Because when you shift something in your life based on the business or your behavior or the way you work or things, people will question you, and those questions will always come in a pattern. So I have made these kind of scripts in my notepad, and there are like almost I don't know the number, but minimum 100 scripts like this.
Okay.
All right, which I've thought of my mind and written. So if somebody hacks my phone or gets this phone चोरी हो गया, तो उनको ये iPhone से ज़्यादा valuable things इसके अंदर मिलेगी.
So like Pratik, you were saying like there are like one or two people who help me, but how the things work is most of the people, they like to volunteer at Isha. Like once they have gone through the program, like whenever we put content regarding all these programs and all, they like to volunteer. But I make sure like I tell them not to volunteer, like I'll pay them. And who are the people help me, I try like in whatever way possible. I make little money out of YouTube AdSense. Like I make around 7,000 rupees. So whatever little I have from that, I give it to them. So one thing I struggle with them is that, initially they will, like I follow your format and Gary Vee's format of putting out content. So I want more quantity, and quality I don't judge. Like even if it is, I just don't judge it. But what happens is when they ask them to post, they'll be like, let us put a better thumbnail, let us beautify it. And then the process becomes slow. So how do I, like every time I say no, I feel like, okay, they might not start liking the content they're putting. So how do I find that thing? Like, how do you work with your team?
I just got a little bit confused over here, a little bit
Okay.
thing, but I didn't get the context. You're talking about who people, like which people?
Like there are my teammates who help me out regarding content on Instagram and IGTV. They like edit my videos and take it like out of YouTube so that I can put it on LinkedIn. And so what happens is they start to beautify it more. Like this is not looking good.
And the execution
so
is
that
your end. You think
yeah. So I don't know whether I am right. So the more they go for beautifying it, it gets slower and slower, which I don't want.
Are you paying your employees or your teammates?
Like I tell them I'll pay them. Like for one person, I gave him the podcast roadmap challenge. He's like, I won't take this. I won't. So I'm like, no, you have to take. So that is why I'm telling. Like most of them are like volunteers. They like to volunteer.
Okay.
Like they are like 17, 16, but I don't want them to volunteer. I want them, like I want a team like that, so that suddenly they should not leave.
You have to be strict. See, there are rules. At the end of the day, you have to act like a boss without acting like a boss.
Yeah, I can't. That's what. How do I like? I don't.
You have to change. You have to change. See, even I am super sensitive, but I'm super rude. Like this is so of a contradictory terms, people. But yeah, my team, ask Ishan. You get in touch with Ishan. Ishan knows. उसके साथ जब मैं बात करता हूँ मैं गालियां बोलता हूँ. Like I literally, मैं गुजराती में हम लोग, because we talk more in Gujarati, like I would be saying गुजराती में गालियां like anything. Not because I am angry on him, because it's my natural tone. All right. Last night, I was just having a casual conversation with Raj Shamani. All right.
Okay.
If you ever get a chance to talk to him, ask him how much galia I buck. All right. But because I genuinely care and I want things in my own way, I would be like that. All right. But in the initial stage, what they think is you are kind of a different personality. But gradually, if you are sticking to that rule, it won't hamper. So you have to tell your teammates that this is getting fucked up. My executions are getting delayed. So सब कुछ बराबर है, but धंधे में no यारी दोस्ती. I will pay you money. If you don't want to take money, then I want some rules and regulations for my content, which needs to be followed strictly. See, the way I deal with my teammates right now is like I have also hired one girl who is working on my GIF content. All right, since this month only, since this entire month, she's creating GIFs. The way I agree with them is like you don't have to report to me, never ever. No email reports, no email, not even a single email. All right, we have never exchanged a single email with any of my teammates. But what I generally do is I just ask them to update all the content which I want in a Dropbox folder and things, because it's a content team. When they upload, they don't have to tell me that it is uploaded. It's my responsibility because I upload everything. All right. I post.
So you only upload everything. You post everything.
Yes. It's hard work. I
Yes.
always think that if Gary Vee is able to post, if Gary Vee is able to upload everything because he is that kind of celebrity or busy person, if he is able to do it, तो हम तो क्या ही है भाई? हम तो कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे, हम तो free है, बेल्ले हम लोग. That's what my mindset. That's how I think. So all my Instagram posts are being posted by me. All right. The only time when I ask my team to get involved is, let's say, the community right now which we have having in the Facebook. All the approvals are being done by the or they are being done by Ishan. All right. So because I cannot monitor the group right now, and we want instant approvals on Facebook, so he's approving that. But I have shown him a specific way. Then the Twitter tweets which are right now being done, 90% of them are done by my team because they are being scheduled, they are by chopped up, and there is a certain way which I am guiding them. The way I am telling them is, you listen to my video. There is a specific guy who is doing this. He's listening to all my videos. He's watching all my videos. And then out of those videos, whatever I'm saying, out of that, the tweets are being created. So it becomes 100% original tweets now. We are not using Google or YouTube to figure out the codes. That's where the originality is there. So Twitter is there, but the engagement is 100% me. If I'm engaging on Twitter, if you are getting a reply, it's me. All right. Then on Instagram as well, I'm uploading things. So the point I'm trying to make over here is, my team has clear instructions that they have to. So today it is 24th, right? 24th July. So today's Instagram, IGTV, LinkedIn video, Facebook video, everything should be ready by a specific time, which is being instructed to my team. And that will be uploaded on our Dropbox folder, a team folder. I don't ask them to update me. I have to go to the Dropbox folder and see whether it is there or not. If it is there, I download, I upload. This is how my team is being trained since a couple of years now. 1 year, 2 years now, almost. Right? So there are clear instructions. No matter what, whether they are interns, even Sukamal, one of the challengers who are
I saw.
All right. So now, because Sukamal is very new to my system, my brand's world, Ishan has been instructed and he's handling him. But yes, monthly I will have one call with him to just have some grinding, to just have that telepathy and all those things. And that's how it will go. But there are strict rules that you have to follow because it's my content. मैं दिखने वाला हूँ, तुम नहीं दिखने वाले. All right. So you have to set some rules. धंधे में no यारी दोस्त. Their relationship, personal relationship and business relationship should never be clubbed together. I'm always there for Ishan, I'm always there for Sukamal, I'm always there for other teammates, but काम में no यारी दोस्ती.
Okay. You do have time? Like, add a few more, or like?
You can ask one more question. I'll give you one bonus question.
Okay. Like, so which software? Like, I forgot to ask, which software do you use for that Zoom call and?
Zoom call? This is Zoom only.
Yeah, like no, I'm saying like for that scheduling, like which means where we. So anyone can go and like they can prepare that like that, just like how you prepare like payment.
For one event it is free,
Okay.
and for multiple events you will have to pay $15 per month.
Oh, okay.
Pro plan.
So yeah. So last question, like you had told, you talk about that sonic branding, right? Like you are like Mojma, you say. So that is very thing. So I was thinking, like you said in the beginning, like I can say Namaskaram. So can I put that like as a sonic brand? Means the branding. Do you think it would work?
You don't have to put that. Huh? That's the advantage for you. You don't have to put that because the way.
Oh, I don't have to put that.
Exactly. Let it be there. Let it be there. See, it is like I'll tell you. When I say this, try to remember, try to think of the person who comes to your mind. All right, 1, 2, 3. Devi or Sajno.
This is Amitabh Bachchan.
Exactly. उन्होंने कभी audio branding की है?
Right.
Exactly.
No.
This is the point which I'm trying to make. Let this be as it is, and you will be recalled when people listen to this voice. Audio branding is not necessarily creating an audio tag. It is not necessary.
Oh, it's not needed. Like I thought I have to create something like that, zing, like of Gary Vee or yours.
No. How do you define audio branding? Audio branding is all about your voice and branding. So that is just audio tag, a concept which Gary Vee probably came with, and then I applied that heavily in India, and now people are trying to figure that out for their brand. But it is not necessary. I changed my audio tags, plenty of audio tags, but now I'm having Mojma because I really discovered that this is something which I always say, and let me make that as my brand tag. Though it is in Gujarati language now, irrespective of whether people understand Gujarati or not, they try to recall me when they listen to Mojma.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's the magic of audio branding. All right?
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much, Pratik.
God bless you. And
yeah, thank you. Namaskaram, Pratik.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and now I request you to just click on this one to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out on any particular future video notification. All right, consume everything to just get more and more value.